Awesome.
Well,
You guys want to get on to Zom?
let's do it. So we got Zom 100 episode 3 called Best Friend of the Dead. And Akira's working on his list a little bit more. This time he wants to reconnect and have drinks with old friends. So we're heading to Shinjuku in the red light district. Turn up, baby.
Let's go.
Yeah, dude.
Let's go.
Did I do that justice?
You did great.
Hell
You
yeah.
did
I
great.
love it.
I'll let you have that one.
Yeah. Well, it was unexpected, bro. I was just yeah. But so we open up in Club Showtime with a young girl crying and a younger blonde guy known as, I think, the manager is what he was being called, and just trying to comfort her. And then all of a sudden then he says he has to go because he has a little meeting he has to attend. And it turns out he's just walking out this door like a bunch of people armed with bats and Molotovs and just whatever else they could, scrounge up, and they go out and find a bunch of zombies. And I didn't really expect that. I thought he looked like more of a meeting type and not like a,
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to go out there and start, piecing up some zombies. I also couldn't tell if this was like back before the zombie outbreak because the inside was like so peaceful and like a regular restaurant.
I mean, I wouldn't call it a restaurant.
Well, I mean, it was the restaurant portion of the club.
I was gonna say, you guys know about these clubs in Japan, right? With the male hostesses.
No, that's why I know about the fucking restaurant.
The maid cafes, bro.
No, so this is basically like a hostess club where they have very attractive, pretty boys, and they're basically like male geisha.
Okay, all right.
So all the women come and throw money, and they sit with them, and they act all horny.
That's okay. All right. Interesting.
So
I respect the fuck out of these guys for really figuring it out during the zombie apocalypse and being some burly ass men and fighting the zombies off.
Yeah, and speaking of that, they're not doing so well out there, even though they got Molotovs and shit. Like, I don't know why you would go out there and fight them if you're just gonna get overwhelmed by them. So, like, there has to be better strategy involved or something. I don't know.
They were gonna break through that blockade eventually, so you might as well try and get rid of them before then, without scaring everybody on the inside.
I thought this moment, like when like the manager was going to the front, there was like a great use of color. When he was trying to comfort the girl, everything seemed like very saturated and like nice coloring. And when he turned around and you kind of realized it was like a gang of men behind him, it went black and white for a few seconds. And I thought that was a really cool transition there. So they've been playing with a lot of colors. Like there's multicolored blood in this, obviously. So I'm liking how they're being creative with how they're using the animation, how they're using the color in grayscale. Been enjoying that a ton.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's just wild that they seem to be more put together and more, official than they wasn't. Like, I think they led us on, honestly. It felt like. So
what do you mean?
Like the group of people, like they had all their stuff organized, they had Molotov set and ready to go. It felt like they was actually like prepared for this kind of shit. And then, they just wasn't, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you got to put a valiant effort. And I mean, being that kind of club, there's a lot of booze flowing. So they had the supplies.
Yeah, they were using what they had.
I mean, it's a zombie fucking horde, dude. There's only so much you can do before the walls come down,
Yeah, I got you.
Well, going to a more fun side of the episode. So we go to our boy Akira, and we see him in the mirror, looking at himself. He's got a little bit of stubble on his face. And he's like, I can't fucking pull this off. And he's looking at a bunch of pictures of men in like a magazine or something. And he decides to draw out a beard with a Sharpie.
And man cannot draw.
I think I once did this when I was like fucking 8 or 9. But doing this as a grown ass man is crazy.
Who's gonna see you, dude?
I mean, it's about you seeing you, I believe. But yeah, no, I went with the goatee when I was like, I think 8. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to look good when I can grow a mustache. 30 years
Yep.
old, still can't grow a fucking mustache. Sick joke. Sick joke.
But so he ends up shaving it off and crossing off number 10 on his list, grow a cool beard because he can't, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah,
I mean, bro
I
tried,
laughed
though.
so hard at that shit.
Yeah, I'm glad it's actually showing him like crossing some of this stuff off. It's going to be important to me to keep up with it. I want to see what he's got left. Also, the internet came back up because there's few people using it now. I didn't realize that.
They did.
I thought somebody was out there doing the Lord's work, but yeah, there's just not enough people for it to fucking matter anymore.
Hey, no traffic equals, more access, right?
That is very true. That is very true.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to think about how many people were trying to use the internet when this first happened. It had to be everybody on their cell phones.
Yes.
I mean, taking up all the bandwidth, taking up the Wi-Fi, if it's still up, everything. So it just shut everything down. It is really interesting that they had to come back and just kind of the bleakness of why it came back.
Yeah, that was good context.
Good question, though. What would y'all Google what would be the first thing that y'all Googled in the instance of a zombie apocalypse?
One Piece manga.
What? You gonna read it?
I'm not fucking
gonna
around.
catch up, Molly, bro?
Hey, I ain't got shit else to do, bro. I probably got a 12-pack in the refrigerator. Fuck it. Lock the door. Let's handle it.
He torrenting every freaking anime there was. Get him on the hard drive.
Hurry up, boys, hurry.
But realistically, I'd probably, since I live in a different place than my parents, I'd probably look up what's going on in their city.
Yeah.
The first thing I would actually do.
I was going to say I would look to see if this was a global issue or just if it was like regional to only like Japan, if that was me.
Yeah.
Because hell, at that point, your boy's figuring out how to freaking sail a boat, and I'm out.
Yeah, if it's just Japan and it's a Japan's a series of islands that you can escape.
I mean, eventually it's gonna be. We've all seen it. Eventually, it's gonna be everywhere else. It's just a matter of time, though.
Well, it depends if the zombies can get off the island. I mean, that's the key to that.
Well, they'll find a way. Somebody will be infected and get on something and go somewhere, and there we go.
I think you change really quickly, like within seconds of after you getting bit.
Yeah, it doesn't look like this is like a slow burn. It's kind of like an instantaneous zombification.
Have we actually seen someone like get bit and the process that it takes yet?
Yeah, I think we saw it this episode. It looks like they can also infect by just touching you, which I thought was kind of crazy.
I think they have to like
maybe scratch,
cut you up or something like that.
Yeah,
scratch you up. Yeah,
it looked like because they grabbed one of like the male Gensha, which you called them. I'm not sure what their actual name is, but then he started turning like immediately. Hosts.
Sorry, not hostesses.
And he started turning like immediately, and I did notice that. So I think it's like, it's really, really, really quick.
I got you.
Yeah, so I mean that would be what I would look at. I'd be like, hey, where's the nearest boat? I'm gonna go hijack one. He's got a motorcycle. I can get there quick and see ya,
bitch.
I don't know where I'm going, but it's hell ain't here.
You gotta get out of Dodge, bro.
I'm stopping.
But you can't get on a boat with anybody else because you don't fucking know.
I'm stopping at that convenience store. I'm picking up my 2 shopping carts full of beer, and I'm getting on a boat.
All right, boy, that's my
baskets. Sorry.
I love that.
Yeah, with the internet coming back, his phone starts blowing up with all like the posts on social media and everything else. And he comes across his boy Kensho, which is one of his best friends from college. And he calls him like, "Yeah, maybe he's still alive." And he actually picks up. So the whole point of like after this is like, here's like, all right, gotta go save my fucking boy. Let's get some beers. Who the fuck would do this during a fucking zombie apocalypse, guys?
Yeah, I love how like Akira was like, "Yeah, don't come save me. Like you can't get in here." And he's like, "Nah, I got you, bro. Don't even trip."
See you in a bit.
Exactly.
Bye.
It was pretty inventive what he did, though. He like tied a rugby ball to the horn of a car and taped it, and then he laced it with explosives. somehow like a timed explosive. That's how actually the host actually ends up getting saved, the manager, because he's like, you know what, I can't overcome the rest of these zombies. All of my friends are dead and they're turning on me. So he was just ready to get taken to the afterlife. And Akira actually ends up saving him. So that was pretty cool to see. Did you guys notice? So Kensho was actually trapped in one of those like
sketchy red light district hotel rooms.
Yeah, the bondage room is what we're gonna say. And
the
zombie that was
special room.
Luckily, he said, luckily I picked the bondage room. And he actually had the girl tied up to like some kind of table thing.
The wall.
The wall.
No, it wasn't the
wall. It was something specially made that y'all can go look for yourself.
It was a very special wall.
Yeah. a statue like wall. So
yes. So did y'all notice there were like actually bite marks on her arms?
Oh, okay.
Boy, Kensho a freaky ass boy.
You think he was biting her?
Huh? Can you bite your own arm when it's away from your, pointed out away from you?
That had to be a bite from a zombie before you realized, or something. I don't know. Like,
ain't nobody else been in that room, big dog.
But she's also a zombie. So how'd she become a zombie if nobody else was in there?
I was talking about pre-zombie, but
well, I'm assuming she got bit. That's when she became a zombie.
That's what I was wondering too. I was wondering how the hell she became a zombie. Did he? And if she became a zombie and got in there somehow, then how the hell did he get her up there? Without getting bit.
Big strong rugby player.
Questions, bro.
She was definitely like maybe he went to the bathroom and somebody else had come in there. By the time he got out of the bathroom, they left.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, we didn't see no other bodies though.
Well, I'm talking about he ties her up, goes to the bathroom. Zombie runs in, bites her, doesn't hear anybody else, and runs out. It's elaborate, but I'm just trying to figure it out.
I was like, these are the shit. This is the shit we need to know. Whoever the hell makes this shit. I don't even remember their names now.
Run that shit. Real nice.
We are diving way too hard into this, guys.
No, this is what I want to know.
I need to know it, man. How did she turn into a zombie? That's a great question. That's a plot hole, G.
Yeah, it's a huge one. Like, how'd she get there?
I thought he was saying, thank God I had it from the bondage room because he was able to somehow subdue and tie up a zombie. But I guess I'm on a different page than you guys are.
I want to see that too. I want to see how he got her there.
He didn't do that. But okay, maybe he did.
All right, on to the next one.
Yeah, let's go.
So we get a flashback of Kira and Kensho actually meeting up while Kensho is working Akira's working his awful job, and they're having some beers, and Kensho just spends the whole time fucking bragging about his success at his job. He works in real estate, hanging out with celebrities, athletes, like high level like executives of Japanese companies, and models. Having smoke show girlfriends who are models the whole fucking time. And like Akira just looks there, he's just dead because he's been working for 2 years, like nonstop, everything. And basically Kensho's like, you should quit your job. This sucks, man. And that really pissed Akira off because he's like, I don't remember what he said, but it was something along the lines of like, you just sat here and bragged for 3 hours and you're telling me to quit the only livelihood I had or something along like that. And I was like, damn, solid advice, but kind of a dick way to do it,
Yeah, he definitely was giving him good advice. He should have quit that company, but it should not have come off the heels of him bragging about himself for 3 hours. That's never a good look.
So I don't know about y'all, but did y'all think that the picture that we saw of his girlfriend in the flashback, did y'all think that looked like the chick that was crying in Club Showtime?
I didn't pay that much attention. I don't know.
Nah, I didn't.
Y'all should go back and look at that. Look at the chick crying, and then go back and look at his picture that he was showing Akira in the flashback. And I swear to you, they look just the same. That would be like such a coincidence that Akira that they know each other like that. it would probably play into be a plot point in the very near future, I assume.
I might have to go peep that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
definitely.
catch. Yeah.
But yeah, so Akira shows up, basically works with Kensho. They're talking, and Akira basically just like apologizes to him about like, yelling at him and like not taking his advice. But then of course, shocker, the zombies show up and they hightail it to the roof because that's the only place they can go. And these guys are fucking yoked. They're picking up like AC units on the roof and throwing them from the
Yeah.
door. Like I was like, what? Those things weigh like.
Well, those are ductless ACs. Those aren't actually that heavy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
They
those are
should be
ductless.
bolted down or something, right?
I mean, they definitely should be bolted down.
Yeah,
But the units
I mean,
themselves are not that heavy.
okay.
Yeah.
But so they come to the point where basically they know they have to make a move, and Akira's like, well, we're gonna fucking jump to the other roof because that's all we got going on. And Kensho's terrified.
Yes.
He doesn't think he can make the jump, but Akira pulls it off. And I missed something before that. They talked about their dreams, and Kensho said that he was gonna try and become a stand-up comedian to a bunch of zombies. I guess that didn't make much sense to me at that point, but
That's his dream, bro.
his
What
dreams
he
to be
wanted to
naked.
do.
His dreams to be naked.
I mean, that much is clear. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, going back when Akira showed up, at Kensho's door at the Happy Palace. Yeah, I mean, the whole reason the zombies came is because he was screaming, saying, "I'm sorry," and like I never should have treated you that way. Which Kensho was pretty blown back by. But yeah, like Dan said, they run upstairs to the roof, and then yeah, Akira jumps across, and then Kensho's like, "I can't make it," and then Akira's like, pretty much like, "Quit being a bitch."
Vouch.
But that's easy for Akira to say because like he's been dead inside for 3 years, so he didn't care like if he falls off the side of a building at this point. I don't think. But Kensho, yeah, he kind of like lays out his dreams. And I thought it was a cool moment.
Yeah, definitely.
I really wish they would have quit screaming because they were already in trouble because they were screaming. But outside of that, pretty cool scene.
Yeah, and definitely, especially when so after Akira jumped across, Kensho basically has a breakdown because he thinks he's gonna die and starts apologizing to Akira for how he spoke to him back at that bar and saying he's like, yeah, my life sounds fantastic, but it's really not. Like, I lied to people to make deals. I did all this stuff. Like, everything felt hollow. And that's when Akira comes back and is basically like, how are you going to chase your dream to be a stand-up comedian if you just sit on that roof and get eaten by zombies? So we see Kensho realize and start running to jump over the roof. And very unexpectedly, I don't know how the hell this man pulled this off. This was...
My man is mad athletic.
Rips all his clothes off midair. And there's like a scene where like it shows him like spread eagle and there's just like a light over his junk. And it's so fucking funny.
It made me laugh. I'm not gonna lie.
But he barely makes it across. He's hanging on for dear life, and Akira pulls him up. And not even 2 seconds later, Kensho starts freaking out because he scraped his balls.
They really did a good job at the end of this episode. I really enjoyed this stupid ass shit.
I ain't gonna lie. I seen him jump across, and then all of his clothes just exploded off of him. And I was like, "What the hell is happening right now? What is going on? Are we on acid or something? Like this shit ain't real."
Naked parkour never recommended.
No.
No.
Hey man, he did it in the name of comedy though.
Yeah. Hell yeah. But and then at the end, basically all that's left to happen is, Akira wanted to drink and laugh with his best buds, as one of his on his list of things to do before he turned into a zombie or dies or whatever.
Yes, sir.
He done it. He cracked open a cold beer and started drinking with his boy Kensho. Not sure where he got the beer from, but here we are. We're drinking beer with our boy.
100%, man. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. But one thing that they mentioned, Kensho was kind of joking around. It's like, maybe Akira, maybe you'll be the person that saves us all from the zombie apocalypse. Do you guys think that is actually something that could happen?
Yeah, I think so.
You think this is where this is actually headed instead of him just crossing stuff off his list?
I mean, he goes into whatever situation he is with no fear and no regrets and no thoughts about anything else other than doing what he wants to do. So I mean, what's going to stop him from, doing shit to save the world if he wanted to do it? Like he ain't
That's
scared to
fair.
die. So he was already dead, So
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Awesome.
Okay.
Anything else we got to add for this episode besides, I mean, two grown ass men stark ass naked drinking beers on a roof was something I did not expect.
Yeah, no, like if it was my friends, they'd never beat the allegations. But but continue.